What is good, Boom Bap Nation? It's the Boom-BapHistorian back for an album review, and this is going to be the review of the collaborative project from Canadian MC, producer, engineer, B1 the Architect, and Ohio-based lyricist Young Reese Dude. Now, Young Reese Dude has dropped a couple really dope projects over the last year or two, and I still would put him in the more, between the two, I have to kind of put him in the lesser known of the two. And, I think even maybe possibly on the, that underground hip hop scene, particularly the movement through Bandcamp. But to have a collaborative project where they link up, I just think is really, really dope. And this album did not miss. It did not disappoint. So these two linked up. There was a couple singles that I think kind of preluded the album, and it was released on April 5th of 2026. So B1 the Architect, Young Reese Dude, put out this project, All Things Considered, and I was definitely a project, and I said, and if you heard a lot of videos, I don't get psyched up for projects, but this is definitely one that was on my radar when I got wind that it was going to be released, and I pretty much chose to not listen to any of the singles that get released, and just waited for the project, and it did not disappoint. So this is a project you can pick up on Bandcamp at $17, so it comes out to like probably 12 or 13 US dollars, and I forgot the label through Bandcamp, but there are physical copies. It's a label through Hawaii, and I'll see if I can put that link in the description. And then, of course, you could get this project on streaming services. I picked it up on iTunes. That's where I scooped it up. And again, it did not disappoint. It's a very, very good project. So let me get into the track listings and then highlight some of my favorite tracks from the LP. So once again, B1 the Architect, Young Reese Dude, All Things Considered. This album was released on April 5th of 2026. And just for an FYI, April 5th, 2026 was kind of a big day. There was some really, really dope projects that came out that day, as well as last week, too. So hopefully I can get a bunch of videos out today. So starts off with Where They All Go, which is one of my favorite tracks from the album. Free Your Mind, No Release, No Stopping It, Reach for the Stars featuring E. Smitty, another track I really enjoyed. Hunger, Another Win, Wake Up the Madness, Everything Is Gone Now, Walk With Me, and I Think It's Worth It. So yeah, man, 11 tracks. It's about 36 minutes long, and what you're going to basically get is some really dope lyricism, but some of that, that boom bap hip hop, and it's just a refreshing listen. It's an enjoyable listen. It's a dope listen. It's definitely a project I can see myself going back and listen to a few times throughout the year. But yeah, I think this was well done. It was B1 is someone that I've really kind of gotten onto, I'd say, lately. I would imagine he's been in the scene for a while, but I just started really, listening to him over the last year or two, is when I really started getting into B1 the Architect. And Young Reese Dude is probably similar. I have a couple of his projects on iTunes. Like I said, I know there's a Bandcamp site where you can get some of the physicals through that label through Hawaii. So also if I can put that link in there. But yeah, man, B1 the Architect, Young Reese Dude, All Things Considered. My overall rating for this album is 3.5 mics. So definitely a solid album, enjoyable listen. Definitely fans of the channel, you're going to enjoy this album. Fans of B1, you're going to enjoy this album. Fans of Young Reese, you're going to enjoy this album. And if you haven't heard it, I definitely recommend you give it a spin. You won't be disappointed. So yeah, B1 the Architect, Young Reese Dude, All Things Considered, 3.5 mics. As always, like, subscribe, stay tuned, more album reviews coming your way.